This totally blew me away. Hi guys, what's up? I'm back with episode 13 review of ReZero Season 3, so let's dive into it. At first we see Garfield transform into his massive tiger form, preparing to fight Capella's creatures. However, he hesitates when Elsa's voice echoes in his mind, reprimanding him. Instead of attacking, he dodges the creatures, allowing Kurgan to off them in pursuit of an honorable fight. Kurgan then launches a relentless series of attacks on Garfield, forcing him through the city streets. Meanwhile, Otto and Felt's group discuss their plan. Otto reveals that he has hired water dragons to trap Lai. Felt and the others praise his efforts, also mentioning their pursuit of a powerful weapon. Despite the water dragon's defeat, Felt reassures Otto about the weapon's reliability. Encouraged by her words, Otto declares that he and her soldiers will hold their ground until she retrieves it. Just then, Lai reappears, acknowledging Otto's strength but making it clear he has more tricks to unveil as Felt leaves. Most people will gloss over the Otto part due to the pacing of this episode, but don't you guys find it strange that Otto can somehow control water dragons? Also, the Elsa part was kinda horrifying. Elsewhere, Capella accuses Al of partially flooding the city and disrupting her plans. As she continues, she claims that everyone in Priestella aware of the witch's remnants is dying one by one, clearly blaming Al. He feigns ignorance once again, prompting Capella to mock him, suggesting he could make amends by sleeping with her. Al jokingly declines, saying they lack familiarity. Capella accuses him of being picky for someone who enjoys leading others by the nose, then suddenly transforms into Priscilla, perfectly mimicking her despite never having seen her before. She explains that she deduced this form by studying everything about Al except his face during their fight, calling it his ideal preference. Al resists indirectly before ultimately stating that he hates Capella and finds her repulsive. Al attacks, getting behind her, cutting off her head, and blasting her body with magic. However, she regenerates effortlessly from her head. She tells him to give up, but he replies that he fears upsetting Priscilla more than her. This provokes Capella to take the fight seriously. So if we go by Capella's words, then it's pretty likely that she has a power that's similar to reading people's minds, but this makes me wonder why she never used it on Subaru. By the way, Al getting annoyed instead of getting tempted when Capella turned into Priscilla is weird, don't you think? Moving on, we see the focus shift back to Garfield, now in his human form, hiding in the city's sewers. Nearby, Kurgan waits patiently as Garfield recalls his conversation with Subaru about Kurgan's immense strength. Kurgan was so powerful that he convinced the Wallachia Empire to socially accept demi-humans by single-handedly defeating an entire baron's military forces. Wilhelm then intervenes, revealing that Kurgan's 8 arms are an extremely rare trait, even among his own tribe, which led to his rejection and exile. Kurgan's swords, known as the Devil Cleavers, are weapons he only wields against opponents he deems worthy. Wilhelm explains that if Kurgan draws all his swords in battle, it is considered a great honor for his opponent. Frustrated that Kurgan does not take him seriously, Garfield charges forward, only to be effortlessly countered. Once again, Kurgan remains in control of the fight. This part was confusing, because it kinda implied that Kurgan's mind is working properly, but then, it doesn't make sense for him to be fighting, no? Also, Kurgan's tribe is pretty hypocritical. Next we see Garfield ends up trapped by Kurgan and decides to drag them both into the nearby sewer water. In the struggle, he breaks through the wall of an underground shelter where his half-siblings are hiding. One of Capella's creatures suddenly appears, heading toward them. However, Garfield sees the creature as Elsa and hesitates before attacking, all while still dealing with his injuries. Meanwhile, Kurgan blocks the hole that is flooding the area. Seeing Garfield fight, his siblings erupt in cheers for him. Assessing the situation, Kurgan finally acknowledges Garfield as a worthy opponent and draws all his swords. Garfield thanks him, declares his name, and charges forward. They clash in a fierce battle, but in the end, Garfield seems to lose the upper hand. This part was just absolute cinema. From animation to voice acting, everything about this fight was peak. So if people still say that ReZero doesn't have amazing fights, then they're just clowning themselves. At the end we see Kurgan acknowledge Garfield's efforts before his body crumbles, confirming Garfield's victory. As Garfield loses consciousness, his siblings embrace him. The focus then shifts to Wilhelm's battle against Teresa, who clearly holds the advantage, while Wilhelm appears prepared to sacrifice himself to secure a win. Garfield finally overcoming his trauma for the sake of his family was honestly great, don't you agree? Also, given how Kurgan was able to think properly, I think Teresa would be the same, so I wonder why she is fighting Wilhelm. Nonetheless, this was one of the best episodes of ReZero action-wise, and I'm really hyped for the next one. Anyways, thanks for watching everyone. If you like my video, then check out some of my other videos. Also, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you want to keep me motivated to make more videos, and you can also leave a comment if you want to say something, because it helps me fight the almighty YouTube algorithm. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram or check out my Facebook page, links are given in the description. Until then, see ya.